Good morning, student. As we were on the chapter Women Change the World, right? In the previous video, I have told you a story about Ramabai that and her tremendous effort for changing the life of the women in the society. Here is another example, children. You can see over here. It is, you can say the exam about the story of. It is a story of Rasa Sundari Devi. 1800 to 1890. She was born in West Bengal some 200 years ago. At the age of 60, she wrote her autobiography in the language Bangla, children. Her book titled was Amar Jiban. You can mark it out also in your book, that while reading the chapter or while revising the chapter, you can refer to these important points, because it can be asked in one word substitution, or you can say one word multiple choice question. Is the first known autobiography written by the Indian woman. Amar Jaban, which was written by Rasa Sundari Devi, was first known autobiography written by the Indian woman. Rasa Sundari Devi was a housewife from a rich landlord family. In her autobiography, she had written, it means mentioned that how she struggled for learning reading and writing. It was a time when the women were not allowed to read and write, right? At that time, it was believed that the women learn to read and write, she should bring a bad luck for her family and she would become widow. Despite this, she taught herself and read and write in secret. And well after her marriage, not even you can say before, after her marriage, she created opportunity for herself. Why I am telling you created opportunity? Because nobody was there to support her. She created it of her own, right? She used to work when she got married. She was of 14. It means at the age of the 14, she was managing all household work. She was working very hard at the time, right? She used to work full day, it means till to the midnight, but only a thing she wanted for herself was that she had a dream that she will learn someday to read, and she would read a religious manuscript, and her religious favorite manuscript was you can say Chaitanya Bhagavad, children, right? So in those days, women were not educated. Later she tells us that she began to reset her mind, that if the women are not getting the opportunity to study, so how she is dreaming about the wrong thing. It means how it would be possible for her. In dilemma she was. And during this all, when she was fighting from herself that whether she will be able to read and write or not, one day she heard that her husband was calling her elder son, Bipin, that he had forgot his Chaitanya Bhagavad there. So had anyone seen her? So she said, as she had kept it inside, so she brought it and gave it to her son to give to her husband. But while she was giving, she took a page from it, right? And this was the time when her elder son was studying. She told that this was the time when her elder son was studying alphabet. So while her son was reading, she used to keep on observing the child. And when she get an opportunity, or when she get the time, so she used to match or tally those alphabet with the page she had taken out from Chaitanya Bhagavad, a story of the saint, the life of the saint. So like this she learned to read and write. It took long time, but she was able to read and write. And after reading and writing, she gave the opportunity to the world to read about the condition of the woman at the time, right? So Another tremendous work, if you will see, it was by the Ruqayya Shekhawat, right? She was born in the rich family who owned lot of land, you can say. She was knowing Urdu, but she was willing to learn Bangla and English. But at that time, Bangla and English was, it means observed that if the girl will learn these language, so it will expose the girl to the new ideas, and which people thought that not correct for her, for any of the girl. English was the language, you can say, was only being learned by the boys at the time, but with the help of her brother and elder sister, she was able to manage to learn these language. She was having a dream to become a writer. She had written her remarkable story titled Sultana's Dream in 1905, in which she has, you can say, defined her dream, that she was being to a lady land where the women was powerful in comparison of man. Men's all, you can say, weapons were failure in front of the powerful brain power, powerful women, or you can say the powerful women, the brain, with the brain power of the women. So she had described in her story in the Ladyland that aggressive gun and other weapon of the war defeated by the brain power of the women. As a sultana traveled in the Ladyland with her sister Sarah, she awake to realize that she was only dreaming at the time. Ruqayya Shekhawat has, you can say, describe all that she had saw in her dream, like flying the planes, cars. Even before girl were being allowed to go to a school, it was showing that children how restricted were girl at the time. And by getting the opportunity, if a woman will get the opportunity, she can do all those work which were being done at the time by the men, right? This was the way in which the education and learning had changed the Ruqayya's own life. Ruqayya did not stop getting an education just for herself. Her education gave her power, and not only to dream and write, but also to do more to help other girls to go to a school. She, it means, started in 1910. She started a school for the girls in the Kolkata, and today, you can say, to this days also, and today also, that school is running, still functioning, you can say, right? Now children, we are going to discuss the topic schooling and education today. Today both boys and girls attend their school in large number, but still we can see the difference in their education, right? Still the difference we can find in their education. Today education is the right of both boys and girls. Despite that, 50% of the girls receive an education. It means after that also 50% of the girl, even it means government is doing so much effort for educating girls, but still 50%, only 50% of the girls are there who receive education. India has a census every 10 years which count the population of the country, and this information is used to measure things like literacy ratio, sex ratio, etc. Right? A huge number of SC and ST children leave school at an early age. According to the data of 2014, census even show that the Muslim girls are less likely than Dalit girl to complete the primary education, or you can say primary school. Many reasons like non-availability of the teacher, and you can say school, lack of transportation, cost of education, different you can say attitude of the teachers, and the parents are responsible for the negligence of the education. You can say that if the family is poor and they are having two children, like one is boy and one is girl, if they will prefer to if they will ask to send the child to the school, so they will prefer boy to send to the school, because they feel like that he will study and will earn bread for the family. So this is also a big reason, children. And sometime due to the security of the girl in remote areas where good transportations are not there, so girl child may sit at the home during their education. They are not able to complete their education. They are not complete even their schooling also. So many reasons are there. It means schooling and education today when we are discussing, so it means you can say not good thing to discuss, लेकिन फिर भी ये चीज़ें अभी भी इंटीरियर पार्ट में अवेलेबल हैं, नीड टू बी अमेंड एंड नीड टू बी वर्क ऑन, राइट. So for the women development and for improving their condition, a table also given over here, children. You can see several tables are there. Go through to your book properly. Try to understand. If you are not able to, when you will come to school, you can ask. So children, I am telling you that women were suffering, women are not getting education, so they are not sitting like this only. If the condition of the women are not good in the society, so many of the women came together and they started a women movement. Now we are going to discuss the women movement and what are the strategies being used by the women to express their views, or to make people realize that things are not going good or things are going wrong to them. Women have individually and collectively struggled to bring about changes. This is called the women movement. And different strategies have been used to spread awareness, fight discrimination and seek justice. These movements are related, it means the strategies which are being used, like campaigning, raising awareness, protesting and showing solidarity, are the method which are being used in the women movement to express, you can say the anger, you can say for fighting against what is wrong going along with them. Men and women in the society are looked upon and playing specific gender roles, right? So here ends the chapter, children. Now we are going to, you can say, finish the chapter. You have to go through to the chapter properly, solve NCERT questions. Pictures are very important. Below the picture and above the picture, if content is given, go through to it. Or at the last, glossary is given. It means the hard words or hard words which are not being defined during the chapter, their definitions are there. So go through to it and solve the question answers which is given in NCERT. And when you will be given the written work, complete it neatly in your notebook. So till to the time, stay safe, stay healthy. Goodbye.